The debate surrounding Shadur Sanders has ignited like wildfire in Cleveland, sending shockwaves through the Browns organization and reigniting discussions about the future of the team's quarterback position. The whispers have now grown into something much louder, something that can't be ignored. According to multiple sources inside the stadium, the Browns have already mapped out a plan for Sanders' season. One insider confirmed that Shedeur will start at least the final 4 games, facing the Bears, Bills, Steelers, and Bengals. Another suggested that his debut could come even sooner than that, depending on how the Browns perform in the coming weeks. What was once speculation has now become expectation, and all eyes are on the sideline waiting for the moment that Sanders finally takes the field. Unless the Browns somehow win every single game leading up to their Week 14 matchup against the Titans, Shadur Sanders' time is coming. The organization reportedly wants to see exactly what he's made of before the season ends, using those final games as a testing ground to evaluate whether he can be the future face of the franchise. It's a calculated move, part strategy, part necessity. And according to veteran insider Tony Rizzo, there's virtually no chance the Browns can afford to keep him benched that long. Rizzo boldly stated that the only scenario where Sanders doesn't play is if the Browns go undefeated in the stretch before December, a feat he calls impossible. Inside the Browns facility, the tension is thick. Coaches and staff are split between 2 camps, those who believe Dillon Gabriel deserves more time to prove himself, and those who insist that Shadur Sanders is already ready to take over. The organization's internal conversations are shifting rapidly, and even some of Sanders' critics are beginning to change their tone. Mary Kay Cabot, one of Cleveland's most trusted insiders, revealed that Sanders' progress behind the scenes has impressed nearly everyone inside the building. The reviews on Shedur's development are really good, she said. He's learning quickly, he's adjusting, and he's executing at a high level. Cabot also pointed out something that has haunted the Browns for years: their inability to find a quarterback capable of consistently delivering accurate passes. From Joe Flacco to Dillon Gabriel, the same story keeps repeating. Off-target throws, broken rhythm, missed opportunities. The offense has struggled to maintain momentum because their quarterbacks can't put the ball where it needs to be. Cabot believes that's exactly where Shadur Sanders separates himself. With pinpoint accuracy and exceptional arm control, Sanders could finally bring stability to an offense that has long been unpredictable. Her optimism isn't unfounded. Sanders' college record tells the story of a disciplined passer with surgical precision. A 74% completion rate, an FBS high, proves his ability to execute under pressure. But what makes him truly special, according to Cabot, is his adaptability. He knows when to put velocity on the ball and when to ease off, when to throw a bullet and when to loft it gently into a receiver's hands. That kind of touch doesn't come from mechanics alone. It comes from instinct, awareness, and pure football intelligence. She dismissed the notion that his high completion rate was the result of conservative play calling, insisting that his accuracy is both legitimate and elite. But the Browns' quarterback carousel continues to spin. Dillon Gabriel, for all his experience and potential, has failed to deliver the kind of performances the coaching staff expected. Tony Grossi, who had initially defended Gabriel, recently admitted that his patience is wearing thin. "It's worse than I expected," he confessed. Grossi noted that while dropped passes have occasionally disrupted Gabriel's rhythm, it's ultimately the quarterback's job to overcome those obstacles. In the NFL, excuses don't win games, execution does. And right now, Gabriel's execution has fallen short. The frustration among fans is palpable. Every week, social media fills with calls for Shadur Sanders to start. Every game, chants of his name echo from the stands. Cleveland's loyal fan base sees him as more than a rookie. They see him as hope. Hope for stability, for a leader who can deliver when it matters, for a quarterback who can finally erase years of heartbreak. And the more Gabriel struggles, the louder those chants become. Even the Browns' front office, typically cautious with young talent, seems to be shifting its tone. Reports suggest that the team is doing everything they can to keep Sanders in Cleveland for the long term. Insiders reveal that in recent 7-on-7 drills, Sanders has consistently outperformed Gabriel, showing sharper reads, tighter spirals, and more composure in the red zone. Those practice reps may not show up on the stat sheet, but within the walls of Berea, they're making a statement. Sanders isn't just ready, he's right there. Mary Kay Cabot emphasized that the Browns are quietly preparing for the inevitable. "If you put Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel side by side in drills," she said, "the difference is becoming clear. Sanders looks confident. He's reading defenses better. He's throwing with more precision. And he's winning those reps. The implication is obvious. The Browns are inching toward a decision that could define the franchise's future. At this point, the question isn't if Shadur Sanders will start, it's when. The Browns' cautious wait-and-see approach is understandable given the stakes, but patience can only last so long when the results on the field don't match the potential on the bench. Gabriel's inconsistency has already planted doubt in the coaching staff's mind. His inability to find a rhythm with his receivers has disrupted drives and forced the Browns to rely too heavily on their running game. And in the NFL, where every possession counts, that kind of inefficiency is fatal. Meanwhile, Sanders continues to rise. His confidence grows with every practice, every snap, every throw. Coaches have reportedly been stunned by how quickly he's adapted to the speed of the pro game. His footwork has improved, his pocket presence is sharper, and his command of the playbook has accelerated beyond expectation. Insiders describe him as poised, fearless, and quietly hungry. It's becoming clear that the Browns' long-term plan is centered around him. The organization finds itself at a crossroads, caught between them. Short-term need for stability and the long-term vision of a team, built around a quarterback who can redefine their identity. Dillon Gabriel represents the safe choice, the status quo. But Shadur Sanders represents the future, the unknown, yes, but also the possibility of greatness. As the season unfolds, the Browns must decide how much longer they can afford to wait. Every week that passes without Sanders taking the field feels like a missed opportunity, not just for him, but for the franchise as a whole. Because if the rumors are true, if Sanders is already outperforming Gabriel in practice, then Cleveland might be holding back its best weapon. The Browns are a team known for heartbreak, but also for resilience. And in Sanders, they may finally have the piece that turns that heartbreak into hope. His arm strength, accuracy, and mental toughness are exactly what this franchise has been searching for. If the plan holds true, and he starts those final 4 games, fans might finally see a glimpse of what's been missing for so long, a quarterback who can lead with both precision and passion. So now, the question lingers like a storm cloud over Cleveland. Will Kevin Stefanski make the move before it's too late? Will the Browns take the leap and let Shadur Sanders show the world what he's capable of? Or will they play it safe, clinging to the familiar even as the future stands waiting just a few feet from the sideline? What do you think? Should the Browns give Shadur Sanders his shot now, or continue letting Dillon Gabriel prove himself? Has the team waited too long to unleash their potential star? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you're following this quarterback saga as closely as we are, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because the next chapter in Cleveland's story could change everything.